Well, here's a little update on the 77 fj40. Got the doors, hood, barn doors, basically all the big panels put on. All new hardware. Everything on here came out pretty nice. I personally think that looks better, but the customer want the older style. But we'll see. Other than that, everything on here came out really nice. Like, I'm kind of surprised, especially for the pile of shit that I've been working with. These came out nicely. Keep in mind, these are rusted, and I just or not rusted, but tarnished and had a bunch of corrosion on them. And since they're real stainless steel, I was able to hit them with the wire wheel and brought them back to life. That had been repainted. Repainted all that. Disassembled it, repainted all of it. Same thing with those. Same thing with that one. Same with that. Came out nice. All new hardware, all the way around. Besides a few of them like that I had to say. I at least touched them up to make them look nice. The interior is pretty much coming together. It's all the hardware I've been using. Trying to replace mostly all the old bolts with new zinc coated bolts, so it looks 1,000 times nicer. What's a little update on this interior part? It's actually coming out pretty nice. Yep, everything closes. All the seals are in the box over there. Those are going to go in next. Eventually I got to assemble the door. These aren't the two-piece style. This is the single solid door. So it makes it a little easier. I have to put all new felt inside it. All the way around. Oh, hiccups. Plus install the window tracks, and the door handles. Got to find the hardware for this. I finally found the bolts that actually go back on the inside of there and painted those. Found the Ruby mirror bracket and was able to paint that and install it. Can't find the Ruby mirror though. Don't know where that's at. That thing's gone. Got almost everything on the dashboard put back in and cleaned up. Fancy. All new hardware. All the way around. And you get the little bump stops that go in here for that to go down onto. And as for the hood, just got done touching these up. Actually got to pull it down, mask it off, and repaint that. Accidentally missed it. And then as for the engine bay, plugged a few things in, started figuring out a little bit of it. Woo, that was a good one. Surprisingly, they left that sticker. As shitty as a job they did on everything else, I would expect them to spray over that. But everything's coming together and it's looking pretty good. Master cylinder, slave cylinder, all that's in. Got to run the brake lines, new flare fitting down on the bottom, and blast out all the hard lines, make sure they're cleared out. Rebuild the car, put that on. Put most of this fan shroud assembly together. Still waiting for an alternator bracket. Everything got new hardware. Everything looks very nice, very nice. I think this car came out pretty nice for what it was, or for what it is, and what I'm having to deal with. Trying to make it look as best I can with an extremely tight budget. All those bolts are going to get replaced. Everything that got powder coated, I'm probably going to order another pack of 10 mils and redo all those. And eventually I need to figure out what thread pitch this is, because it's different from all the other ones I have. It's probably a 1.5, where everything else I have is a 1.25. So I got to get more of those in that thread pitch. I got all that nicely plumbed and put all together. Whole evap system. So it should pass emissions. All of this shit's ran and plumbed. That's a little update of what's going on with this turd. Slowly getting everything pulled out, cleaned up, and put on. Those are the seats up there. I'm going to take those down tomorrow, clean them, and hopefully they come out nicely and install those. Bunch of random hardware. These I still need. And this is what's left over on the stack. This is all the shit that's been replaced. Same with that. Bunch of the heater core stuff. That's all the AC and heater core. That's the carburetor and a bunch of other miscellaneous stuff that needs to be installed. Heat shield. Vintage air units right there. I'm not too sure if the AC unit and the heater is going back in it. I'm not too sure if the customer wants it, because he's on a really tight budget, and that's going to cost extra to install that, because that wasn't part of the deal with the original restore. Now it's an extra, he wants it put on. But it's a little update what's going on with this damn thing. It's actually looking a lot better. It's actually looking like a vehicle. If you'd like to see more, don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a good one.